is another country on the way now towards moving its embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Well, according to some media reports, that nation could be Hungary, which could make the shift as early as next month. Now, Hungary would be the fourth state to follow the lead set by the U.S. in 2018. That would be 5 in total. And it would be a big one. It would be the first European Union member state to do so. And the key appears to be the close personal ties between Prime Minister Netanyahu and the controversial Hungarian Premier Viktor Orban. Well, joining us in the studio, our senior international affairs correspondent, Bianca Zanini. So first of all, what is the story, the reports we're hearing about this a Hungarian embassy moving to Jerusalem?
Right, so according to Israeli media, who are citing several sources, the move is going to happen, and it could happen already as soon as next month. Now, the Hungarian Foreign Ministry hasn't confirmed, they've also not denied, but if the move does happen, it would mean quite a diplomatic win for Prime Minister Netanyahu, and it would also be a slap in the face, really, for the rest of the European Union
which
countries.
Is not happy, which is responded.
They are not happy. They've already come out and warned against this. And they also said that there's this long-standing EU position, which is based on a UN resolution from 1980, where they called on all member states to take away the diplomatic missions from Jerusalem, their embassies from there. The Europeans, of course, understand the symbolic heavy weight of moving embassies to Jerusalem, the de facto acceptance of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, and also the on-the-ground, very tangible potential consequences, including what that could mean for a future two-state solution, which of course is a stated goal of the European Union. So on the one hand, it would be quite scandalous in the European Union if Viktor Orban was to go through with this move. On the other hand, it's not entirely a surprise from Orban. This is something he's been talking about for a long time. Already back in 2019, he relocated the Trade Department to Jerusalem. We've seen the ties between him and Netanyahu, which go way back, by the way.
But why now? Why would he be doing this now?
Well, it's good timing for Netanyahu, and it's good timing for him as well back home. You know, there's a saying, Calev, that and it's a saying that Netanyahu doesn't seem to really believe in or care much about, which is, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. And there have been so many similarities between these two, and they seem to be growing.
The critics of them generally make those similarities, yes.
Well, the critics, but also in general. I mean, there are also some very factual similarities. They both have a complicated relationship with the EU. They need them. They share similar values. They're often criticized by them. They've both been in power for over a decade, back and forth, in a country with a very unique history and language, which is surrounded by countries that are very other than them as well. They're outspoken. They both have formed relationships with Donald Trump. They're right-wing politicians, nationalists, and they have both a strong base in both countries and a strong group of opponents. So in many ways, they are similar. And now there is a potential addition to those similarities. I mean, Viktor Orban has been criticized for a long time for curbing the independence of Hungary's judiciary, and now we're seeing similar things here in Israel.
All right, well, we've seen Viktor Orban defy the EU, stick his nose really at the EU on other issues. We'll have to see if it's going to come when it comes to moving the Hungarian embassy to Jerusalem. Bianca Zanini, thank you for that.